I did the car washing
Mm.
on washing base.
Mm.
I remember in my first semester when I lost food, I knew farming, and I was like, why can't I go look for the hustle, some digging.
Mm.
I go digging somewhere, they give me something to eat.
Yeah.
So I had a roommate by the time who was also flexible to understanding the situation.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
We would go dig, we cultivate someone's land, we get something to eat, you see. And when campuses may underlook that, by the end of the day,
You
it
go
at
to the
least,
cassava
yeah,
lady.
you go to the cassava lady. You know, the other day, you leave a date with her, the customer lady, the other day, you pay. So it has also taught us something to do with when a day you wake up one day and you don't have what to eat and you have to think, what can I do? You get.
Yeah.
And so before I came to university, it was spoon feeding. You call home, they send you something, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
being in a life where you need to hustle by yourself, it has really trained me, and it shapes. End of the day, I have my 40,000, maybe I have my 90,000 or 100. You see,
100K per
yeah,
day.
per day, and my own thing. And when it comes to times of Christmas, I have my 300 on pocket per day. So it was a challenging part of the decision I made,
Mm.
that I had to leave all the money back home because I knew that they won't exist for long.
Yeah.
But the skills I pick here and the qualification I take maybe tomorrow,
Mm.
it will be more valuable than all the money that I will be having in my in my archives.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back for another episode of the AYVC podcast, and today we shall be continuing with our series of campus life. Yeah, we shall be talking about inside campus, outside campus, the expectations after graduation, and the expectations within graduation. Many people have been asking us very many questions, and we, as the young people, have been asking ourselves: is education still worth it? Are the degrees still worth it? And so tonight we are being joined by a very excellent and eloquent speaker. He's not only a speaker but a leader. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will officially introduce to you.
Thank you so much, our dear listeners. I'm so glad that I've been on this great platform of the AYVC. Um, First of all, my name is Usmenta Christian from the School of Social Sciences. I'm very glad and happy to be here for this podcast.
Yeah, so thank you for joining us tonight. And
Yeah,
we're going to talk about serious issues relating to student life and campus life, okay?
yeah.
So, currently, what course are you doing?
I'm pursuing a bachelor's in humanitarian emergency
Mm,
and disaster management in my third year. Yeah.
okay. So, what motivation do you have of doing maybe a bachelor's degree in humanitarian studies and disaster, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what is the motivation behind that course? What made you to actually do that course?
When you look at globally the issues that are affecting the globe, we realize that the fact of the matter is that we are having constant disasters across the globe, and
Mm,
this is surely bringing a lot of vulnerability across nations, and very many people are suffering. But when you discover that, or you may discover that countries don't are not equipped with the knowledge, and that is why we came up and personally came up to pursue a bachelor's in humanitarian, and
mm,
I've been trained in humanitarian work, and I am a star now.
mm.
Yeah,
So currently, from what you just said, I realized that you're actually a final year student.
yeah, yeah.
So how does it feel like to be a final year student compared to when you're yet for your first year?
Thank you so much. By the way,
Mm,
uh, it seems so sweet, so precious to actually be in the final year, because of course we go through a lot as campus students,
mm.
as you know, the feeding, the requirements,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
until you make it. You
Mm.
know, some people don't get tuition. Some people don't do exams because of different reasons, and
Mm.
you know, the peer groups and everything. You can end up not finishing, but it is a great milestone that when scholars reach this far, it is something good to celebrate. And actually, I feel so proud that I'm in my final year.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank
So
you so much.
I'm sure when you're coming to campus,
Mm,
there were a lot of expectations that you had.
yeah.
So what surprised you the most when you joined campus?
Mm, when I joined campus, one, I expected that I would come and see those tall buildings, and
Mm,
you know, I expected a lot of clubbing and everything, but
yeah.
it wasn't part of me. But of course, I expected it around campus. But coming here is, maybe is it because Bugema is a Christian university?
Mm.
That is not what I encountered. And and also the lifestyle of the campus has, I expected much to be more of actually, I thought maybe when you join campus, obviously the gigs you do around campus,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And to my expectation, it is not to my disappointment still to admit that one, it is hassles.
Mm,
I expected maybe campus life would be more soft.
mm.
Maybe I thought I would meet those plant kids. Maybe I befriend.
Yeah.
We get those connections that we always talked about.
Mm,
But it is more of personal hassles, doing that and that to see that you survive.
mm.
Yeah.
So, do you already feel pressure like after graduation? Because I'm sure from what you said, you expected to find those gigs, you expected to find those connections. Do you already feel that pressure like after graduation?
For now, I should say that even before graduation,
Mm,
you feel that pressure, of course, as a scholar who has been in the university for 3 years. And you have done what it takes to, you have acquired the skill, yes, but you're asking yourself, what next?
mm,
Because for the scholars, it is very good that we look at having having as a job
mm.
where we are qualified in, and not merely attending to any job.
Yeah,
And so this gives pressure at the moment that after school you're asking yourself, what is next? Where will I? Which company will employ me? Which
yeah, 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 yeah.
organization? But of course, regardless of having the pressure, it is also you should also put it in mind that after graduation, one, someone needs to. It is the hustle you build through the way
Mm.
of campus life that you don't beg after campus, and
Yeah,
you
yeah,
don't
yeah,
go
yeah.
back sit at home, you see.
Mm.
And we are looking at that to reduce the pressure. Let us try to do something to keep us busy
Yeah.
before getting the job, and that is what we are looking about. But
Mm.
we pray that the confidence that we have picked along the way can help us really, and to take away the pressure that we have.
Mm.
And we though we have the pressure, but we will manage because we have the skill, and we are really equipped with the social the outside world.
Mm.
But all in all, what we can say is that one should always be ready for whatever comes across the way.
Yeah.
And for now, what I can say is I'm ready for the outside hustle, the outside life, even after graduation.
Mm.
And that one gives me courage that one have to hustle regardless whether I get the job where I'm qualified or not. I must see that I face the outside world with all the skills I've achieved through the way.
Mm.
Because campus is not only about the degree you achieve, but
Yeah.
also the some of the skills that you pick along the way.
Mm.
So we are not so much stressed with it, but we shall manage.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
So according to what you just said, right?
Mm.
So what are your biggest fears after finishing school? Because you're already seeing your life into the outside world. You have expectations that in case things don't work, you will have to be flexible enough and fit into the society. So what are your biggest fears after finishing school?
One, the biggest fears are that the part of with the family is that a lot of family look at you,
Mm.
the relatives look at someone who has gone to school, and when they hear of the graduation that you have already graduated, they think maybe you have a very good paying job.
Yeah.
And it also takes us to the responsibility that you take.
Mm.
immediately after finishing school, because remember, you have your siblings behind
Yeah, yeah,
you need
yeah.
to take care of, and you have to see that you reduce the burden that the parents are going through to look for tuition there and
Mm.
there. So, and you need to come in as the elder, as the eldest in the family. You come and at least give a helping hand on your siblings.
Mm.
And one, that is one of the fears of after graduation. And then another thing is, one, our society sees you after graduation. They never take it that a scholar is supposed to be to graduation and sit.
Yeah, yeah,
When they see you, they look at you as a failure, but yet it is not.
Yeah.
They look at that holiday you have when you're not employed, looking for jobs. They see you as a failure. But that is one of the stress a scholar must be having, and I myself am facing.
Mm.
That I'm looking at how society may see me after finishing school, and then I'm not employed. You see, all that
Mm.
scares us a lot. Well, immediately after spending all the money and the 3 years in school, so it scares us a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you feel you're very well prepared and you have gained enough skills for the job market?
Surely, I personally feel that I've attended whatever it takes from a university,
Mm.
because let it be hardworking class, I've been hardworking,
Yeah.
and let it be involvement in activities, I've done that, and along the way, I came up with an idea of forming a disaster club,
Mm.
which was partly under what humanitarian and disaster actors should do. I came up with it, and I've been trying to engage in a lot of activities, engaging in the leadership, which I feel shapes the scholars at school, not only
Mm.
achieving the academics. So, as I have excelled in academics, attaining the other skill, it has also helped me to shape my leadership skills.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And some organizations and companies, that is what they look after at.
Mm.
And when it also comes to the hustles, being that university, before I came to university, it was spoon feeding. You call home, they send you something. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
being in a life where you need to hustle by yourself, it has really trained me, and it shapes people, it shapes scholars. In a way that when a day you wake up one day and you don't have what to eat, and you have to think, what can I do? You get.
Yeah.
And so we have went through the 3 years that I've spent here. They have been really years of impact, and
Mm.
they have added much unto my life, because I don't remember one day calling home asking for something to eat, but I survived.
Yeah.
I survive, and I've been looking at the journey I've walked in the 3 years, and I really thank God, because the years have been full of hassles. You fight in the night to have what to eat, not stealing,
Mm.
but you fight. You go and look for a side hustle and get something to
You
eat
go
at
to the
least.
cassava
Yeah,
lady.
you go to the cassava lady. The other day you leave a date with her, the cassava lady. The other day you pay. So it has also taught us something to do with when we are here,
Mm.
that you also need community members around.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Who
We
can?
have, yeah, who can make you survive, because one day you wake up and you have nothing to eat, but you need to go and explain to the cassava lady that, mama, I will bring the money. You
Mm.
get. So this I feel this life has nurtured me really, that even here, even after university, I can survive.
Mm.
I can survive, and I can, you know, being there, and you can pay for your own rent without a job,
Yeah.
just side hustles, and you need to also cater for your eating, and
Yeah, yeah,
yeah. So printing courseworks and what. So you also we have been looking at all those skills, and I feel those skills I've attained through 3 years have trained me really something that to do with the outside world.
Mm. So
Mm.
you're talking about side hustles. Well, first give me at least 2 or 3 side hustles that a student can do while at campus to earn a living. I'm sure there are very many people who are going to come for the first time to campus and they may be thinking
Yeah.
maybe home things are not good. But you're
Mm.
at school, there's no money, you need to survive. So what are some of the side hustles you think someone can do?
When it comes to that, it is a very critical question,
Mm.
because one look has to look at his or her personal life,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
and you think also what you can do in your capacity. Um, I would say that campus hustles are not limited to an individual's size
Mm.
or capabilities, but it is a matter of discovering what can I do. Sometimes they may not be clean, and students and look at them and be like, these are dirty jobs.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
But if they can bring something at the end of the day and they can make you go through, then you can do.
yeah. Mm.
Me personally, I did the car washing
Mm.
on washing base.
Mm.
I did. I remember in my first semester when I lost food, I knew farming, and I was like, why can't I go look for the hustle, some digging.
Mm.
I go do digging somewhere. They give me something to eat.
Yeah,
So I had a roommate by the time who was also flexible to understanding the situation.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Would go dig, we cultivate someone's land, we get something to eat. You see,
yeah.
and when campuses may underlook that, by the end of the day, you need to succeed.
Mm.
And when you don't look at that, that is why you see many campuses fail. They
Yeah, yeah,
spend
yeah.
6 years, a degree of 3 years, they spend
Spend
six
6 years.
years, 10 years around campus. And to fight and win through the journey, you need to also not underlook at anything. I did teaching in schools. You know, you establish you establish the behavior in different schools.
Yeah.
That from here I'll go to the next school and do some 3 hours on one day.
Mm.
Then the other day you divide. So you by the end of the month, you know that at least with my cultivation, I can raise something like
Yeah.
300 or 400. You see,
Then plus teaching, car
plus
washing.
teaching, car washing. You know, by and car washing, you're getting uh the meal of the day.
Mm.
Every day you go car washing, you come with a 5K or
Okay.
10K. So it keeps your life moving. And getting those jobs also needs to be to your bend, because when they see you and you're a scholar, they think maybe you're qualified. You're
Mm.
more qualified for the job, and
Yeah,
they
yeah,
may
yeah.
not employ you, but you need to bend down, let it be cultivation. Every job you go to,
Yeah.
you bend down as if you're nothing, you're
Yeah.
nobody. That is when people also pick the interest of
Giving you the
also
job.
giving you the job. But also when you go with pride, however much it may be cultivation or
Mm.
car washing, someone will not give you a job. Someone will not allow you to work in his or her washing bay.
Mm.
So you need to bend low and see that people also see what you need. Whenever you bend low, people see what you need. They see uh, how the suffering and the hassles you go through,
Mm. Mm.
and that is when they recognize and say, "Ah, no, you deserve it."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's this round topic around things like, connections. Okay.
Mm.
Do you think connections matter more than qualifications?
um, my life, actually, I should say that connections matter more than the qualifications,
Mm.
but to a certain extent, because connections are not long lasting,
Mm.
and qualifications will be there for the entire life of yours.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I can take a scenario in my first internship.
Mm.
I had it with the office of the prime minister,
Mm.
and when I went there to have the opportunity, I was late, of course, but because of the connections, I was able to be part of the team. You see,
Mm. Yeah, 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 yeah,
but
yeah.
of course, that connections do not last. The other day, they can bring someone in office who did not connect you,
Mm.
so that is when you end up losing it. And by the time your job is being taken away, that is when you realize that qualifications matter.
Matter.
But uh, connections matter for the shortest period,
Mm.
when especially those who connect you are still in favor of using the offices. Yeah, that is when connections matter most.
So now we're in a phase whereby
Mm.
we have a lot of people who are at school, right? And then there are a lot of people who are yet coming to school. Do you think that the education system of Uganda is actually preparing people who are ready for skills in the outside world rather than just cramming and memorizing things?
Um, Surely, I must admit that Uganda and those who set the curriculum for scholars,
Mm.
not only at university, but only also in secondary and primary,
Mm.
should you should notice something with the academics, because one of my expectation when I came to university, I thought maybe would have hands-on to see that whatever we talk about in class, at the end of the day we have the hands-on experience.
Yeah, yeah,
But that is not what has been happening even in universities, and that
yeah.
is my disappointment. And so I think it is not proper for a scholar to finish up university
Mm.
when they can only do the theory part of it. In my course, you realize that most of of the things we study are more of practical.
Mm.
And when you look at the university setting, sometimes the higher national council permits the university to do some of the courses without even meeting the proper criteria
Yeah, yeah,
that are
yeah,
supposed to be in place for the course to be established.
yeah. Mm.
And that is a challenge for scholars that they have been going through and demanding there and there of the gadgets to use. You see,
Mm.
it has been giving the scholars a lot of headache.
Mm.
And when you meet this weak scholar who cannot discover things on his or her own way,
Yeah, yeah.
it really becomes tough for them. And so, Uganda and those who develop the curriculum for the university should also consider that, because uh, it creates people who are job seekers.
Mm.
Even after finishing university, you need to look for the jobs, yet you're qualified in the sector. I think they should change that in the curriculums and of all the levels, secondary, primary, and university.
So now that brings me to this question.
Mm.
So we have very many scholars who have actually finished, but they want the job. Do you feel they should be looking for the jobs, or they should be creating their own jobs?
That comes to the funny part of it,
Mm.
because you see maybe when you have companies, you see when I'm a humanitarian.
Yeah.
If I cannot create my own company or my own organization that will be for humanitarian workers, then there is no one who will pay. One, there is no one who will be paying the good money that you need
Mm.
to fit the needs that you have. And so this calls for side hustles and creating some of the jobs for yourselves. Because one, to succeed in life, you don't look at your profession, because your profession may tie you in office,
Yeah, yeah.
may make you go be busy in the fields. But when you have something you can start up, then it also makes your life move very fast. And as young people, uh, young people have been having this habit that they can only depend on the jobs, and that is why you meet that they only discover themselves in the 40s, when they think they must establish the world.
Yeah.
Yet you can, by 25, you can have companies, you can have all the world by starting your own. Because when you wait for employment, no one will give you the job, no one will give you a salary that really make you satisfied,
Mm.
can satisfy your needs. And so that is why I call upon um, scholars who are just graduated and those who have graduated to start up their own. Because even when job searching is also difficult, but even when you get the job,
Yeah.
it is not enough to sustain your needs.
Mm.
And that is when we run to and exalt to having our starting up our own.
Mm.
Because it is when you start up your own, all the profits are being enjoyed by you.
You, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and also gives you experience in running some of the things. But when you sit and wait for someone to employ you in their own organization, you see, whereby they also started like you get. So scholars need to change the mindset of being employed, of looking for jobs, and then they start their own.
Creating their own.
Yeah, creating their own.
So what will you tell young people? Because basically
Hmm.
we are seeing a new set of scholars who are coming on board. So what will you tell those young scholars who have ideas that they actually want to make out to be perfect, but they fail to start creating or making into practice the ideas that they have for an implementation to take place?
You see, you see. Thank you so much. You know what kills most of the scholars. You know, we always have, especially even when you join university
Mm.
in your first year, second year. You see, you have a lot of plans
Yeah.
to, and if you follow the plans, you realize that you will be somewhere.
Mm.
But the problem with our scholars nowadays is that they have the plans, yes, have you've said, but implementation,
It's very hard.
it is very hard. You know, when it comes to the implementation part of it, that is when scholars have the weaknesses. You
Mm.
see, you have the dream, but
But
may,
now, you
hmm,
see, what causes that weakness? Is it that the education system causes the weakness, or it is a personal development stuff or something?
it is a personal development stuff.
Mm.
You know, regardless, you see, we can go on and criticize the education system every other day,
Yeah.
but one, as an individual, you need to set a target that I need to come out of my comfort zones
Yeah.
and do this and research about this, but copying from those who have established already. You
Mm.
see that if I want to become a honest and true journalist, I must go through the steps of the mentor.
Yeah.
You see that everyone has a mentor in life.
Yeah.
So you look at your mentors and be like, no, I must make it. How did so and so make it? So we have examples in life who have made it.
Mm.
And for the scholars to have their plans and what they think be put into practice, they also need to move a milestone each and every day. That when you think about something, then you need to work upon it every day. Every day you wake up in the morning, have a plan of how you'll attack the day, of have a plan on how you want to make your plans progress. You
Yeah.
get? So that is what is killing scholars, that they think there is much time to wait, and they think what they think will come on table, on a round
Mm.
table. But of course, that is not. You need to keep moving, keep hustling to see that whatever you want, you put it in practice. You do it physically. If you want to start an organization, start it when you're still in school, not
Yeah.
even after. If you wake up and you feel there is a club that needs to exist in university, don't wait for administrators to come and put it because they want. But as a scholar, you come up and establish it.
Mm.
That is one of the steps of walking to the dreams where scholars need to be. And it also helps you you see, when you have plans
Yeah.
of achieving something, you need to work on how to 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 to, to to have those plans implemented. I have one of my mentors from the office of the Prime Minister.
Mm.
He was Dr. Davis Mweni. He's a commissioner in the Department of Disaster.
Yeah.
He says that whatever problem you have proposed problems. You get that whatever challenges we face,
Mm.
you know, as young people, then we need to have proposed solutions
Solutions to them.
for them. That is when you'll overcome the problem. Before shouting to the public and to the people that, I have this problem, I've had to overcome. Then you must establish you must propose solutions for the problem
Mm.
before you make a cry out to the people that I need help on this. You make propose solutions of how to respond to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. You have brought me very many things. You actually making me to just think and think over and over and over. So now, Christian,
Mm,
you had questions when joining university,
mm,
and social media has brought very many things currently. When you
mm,
go online, you realize that there are a lot of debates along the aspect of university.
mm,
Since many people say Steve Jobs never completed university, I should
mm.
also not complete university. I should go and do this and that. So, do you think university was the right choice for you?
um, you see, there is something I've learned along the way, that one, you see, there is what we call luck.
Mm.
There are very many people who didn't make it
Yeah.
to university and to secondary schools,
Mm.
but they are the most successful. And not because they are very wise,
Yeah.
but luck was their way. And we can't say that so and so did not go to school, and so academic qualifications are not
Very
important.
important.
You see, because One, and we have examples of scholars who have gone to school and made it, and very many of them. And the only way to change society is to go to school. Other people go to school to attain only their success, but it also changes the community. And so the narrative that so and so has made it in life, and so there is no need to go to school. That is really wrong, as some may put it, right? That is why I'm telling you that even when you are at university, attaining only academic document must not be only your goal, but how you also establish yourself when you are at university, what skills you learn. As I have, when we started, I showed you that I've learned a lot of skills in the university that can sustain me. So it should be on the top of the mind of the scholar that I'm going to university, but I'm not going to attain a degree in software engineering. But I've also gone to build connections, because one, if you can build connections with professors and lecturers and also your fellow scholars, you see that teamwork you build even outside after school. There is one day one day it will help you, because someone can refer to you after 10 years. So even when you are here at university, you must be in a position where you also sell yourself socially, in a way that someone, Mr. Amule, can meet you even after 10 years. He says, you know, Amule, you're a very good man. What are you doing nowadays? So that people can consider you even after 20 years. Yeah, so this is what education does, and nothing can do it. And when we come to the life of I did this, you see, if there are people who have done history, and you have read about Napoleon Bonaparte, a Frenchman, you see, if it wasn't luck, he did a lot of things which we have not seen generals do in our days, with all the gadgets of fighting, with all the machine guns, you see. We see that Napoleon has been the tactical man in warfare of the old time. You
Despite being short.
Despite being short, and he didn't go to school. You see, but that is when we realize luck. Luck, luck can even make. There is a proverb in our tribe that luck can even make a bull give birth. You see, and that is the funny part of it. How luck, if you go and look at people we left behind, and we knew that they cannot make it, and you see, after some years, you discover that someone you were doing maybe wonderfully in class than them, but you discover now that maybe they are attaining more success. They're buying land, they're building, they have constructions, not because they are very bright in class, not even because that they were good in side hustles, but because maybe they realized and where they're supposed to be, and maybe luck located them. But I would emphasize still that academic qualifications matter. But academic qualifications matter when a scholar has been trained in all spheres. That a scholar may look at himself and say, no, a degree in journalism is not enough for me. But beyond, what have I achieved through the way? The 3 years, the 4 years you spend in university, what have you achieved? And that is a very important question for the day. That yes, a degree you can have a degree, but can you use your degree to do something? That is what should be on the minds of the scholars of today.
If someone had to come to you today and say, leave university and start a business or do something apart from university, will you consider that?
No, I want to be sincere. I wouldn't consider that, because one, me, before I joined university, regardless the life I've passed through, I had a good paying job. I was a taxi driver by experience.
Man, you did a lot of hustles.
A lot of hustles. I was a taxi driver and a conductor to my brother. So some days I would drive to Kampala for petrol. Some days I would be the conductor. And you know, I would receive a lot of money through the day. By the end of the day, I have my 40,000. Maybe I have my 90,000 or 100, you see?
100 per day.
Per day, and my own thing. And when it comes to times of Christmas, I have my 300 on pocket per day. So it was a challenging part of the decision I made, that I had to leave all the money back home because I knew that they won't exist for long.
Yeah.
But the skills I pick here and the qualification I take maybe tomorrow, it will be more valuable than all the money that I will be having in my archives.
Yeah.
And so I realized the importance of coming here and abandoning the job. It was a complete reality for me because when I came here and started the suffering, it is what came to my mind. I was like Chris, you used to pay to gather a lot of money. You see, you eat chicken along the way. You see, you eat what you want. You reach
And
in
many
Kampala,
drivers eat good food.
they eat good food. So I would be like, man, you've been reaching Kampala, you eat very well, you take chai, you see, but you're now hustling, you're now in farming, you're cultivating land for other people
At campus,
at campus,
begging the cassava lady also.
being the cassava lady. But when you reflect and think about what you want to be, you realize that it is important to go and attend the academic document that at one day, even when you're in your early 70s, you can do something with it.
Yeah.
But I won't be driving when I'm 70. But because I can even sit at home and do something, I document something online, you see, that can bring me income. So that is the best part of going to school. Um, that you don't only come to get money, but you also gather knowledge of how you can change the world. You see, there are people who have not gone to school cannot think about these lines, but you need to think about how you can change the world. You need to think that when I'm doing journalism, what can I do after? What can I do to change the world? Maybe you can report about the human rights violations across the globe. You see, you're changing the world. But when you don't come to have it here, then you will not be able to change the world. And and the world to change, you need to think beyond self. And we change the entire globe.
Yeah.
And it starts with us. But when you don't go to school to attain such skills, then we shall have a world where someone is being tortured and no one cares. We shall be in a world where people are being attacked by floods and no one cares.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
see, and that is not the globe, the world that we must live in. But all in all, attending school was the best choice I made, and I think I would not choose a job if it was available, because actually I've gotten through hustles that would have me employed uh, full time. But because I had chosen the path of having the academics gone, I had to leave them go. Yeah, that is why I've gone through the hassles. Not that because I didn't find jobs, I found jobs, but jobs wanted me full time.
Yeah.
And yet the main purpose was to attend this school. Yeah.
So we're going to do something very interesting. Here is the rule for the game. We're going to play one game.
Oh, yes.
So the rule is, you don't think it's a quick word session. You just choose one between the two, okay?
Yeah.
Degree or skills?
Skills.
Job or business?
Job.
Hope or pressure?
Hope.
Stay or leave Uganda?
Stay.
Connections or talent?
Talent.
Success or survival?
Survival.
Easy or hard?
Easy.
Regret or excitement?
Excitement.
Future bright or uncertain?
Future.
Is your future bright or uncertain?
Bright.
Bright. Okay.
Yeah.
Final question. Now, since we have very many young people who are going to watch this podcast today, what is that one thing you would love to tell them and that they should hear from you?
I would tell the young people that uh, those who are joining university.
Yeah.
I would tell
Those who are joining university and those ones who are in university actually.
I would tell and advise the young people that one, they should not give up on their dreams, and they shouldn't forget why they're always in universities, why they go to universities, because this is what kills the dreams of young people, especially when they forget why they are in universities and why they chose to take the courses that they will be taking. And so I want to encourage them still that nevertheless, the university life is never as smooth as they may think, but it will be always full of the downfalls, the ups and downs. But of course, they always need to choose being resilient all the time,
Yeah.
to still keep fighting, and to especially to those who come from a low background, they need to keep pushing and attain each and every skill that is necessary at university. And they also, when they come to university, they also need to socialize and make the social capital that is necessary. And they need to always work so hard, because university is always working so hard
Yeah.
to see that you're there. That is all I can tell them about the life at university.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us into the AYVC podcast, and we really appreciate you. And thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much, Mr. Wu, for also. May God bless you so much. May God bless this forum, and I'm really happy to share my experience and about university life with a lot of young people who will be listening to this.
Yeah.
And I'm also happy that you hosted me here today. I want to thank you plus your team for doing a very great work and job to see that you at least change the lives of young people who are yet to the university.
Yeah.
Which is very important to notice such efforts from young people. So may God bless you. May God be with us still. And may God bless our listeners.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.